Hey guys, it's Anita with my hopefully not last share from Veronica, who is a V Ball and One on YouTube. She is having a Try It Tuesday, and I think the last one, it may have been the last or the previous one. Tammy, who is SS Crafter One, had made a tag flip, and I commented that it was really pretty. It had like, it was gorgeous. There's so many things on there and so many elements that I was inspired to create one. And I told her I'd never made one, and I just didn't know where to start. She goes, just start. So I started. Let me preface this with saying I created and finished this tag flip, but I learned in the process a tag flip is not for me. I think I struggled with it. I just wasn't in, I'm going to say, really enjoying it. But since I started it, I wanted to complete it. So let me show you what I use. And I try to use scraps, stickers that have been in my stash forever. I was going to open up a new paper pad, but I was like, no, just use what's already out. And that's what I did. I used up scraps, like I said, stickers. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so let me start by showing you the folder. This is the folder. I think I've used this other side, but this is what I made the bow with. I like the paper because it's almost like when you go to like one of those magic houses where it's replicated, whatever is looking in there, like a mirror. So this is my tag flip. Like I said, it wasn't something that I thoroughly enjoyed. I think I may do another one, even though I said I doubt if I do, but it will not have all this stuff on here. It will simply be a tag flip of my Tim Holtz dies that I really like, and just cut those out in papers that I like and have them out where I can look at them. But this was the first tag that started it all. It took me a while to get it completed. It's primarily made of scraps. This was a die that I had sitting in my little die cut bin. I used some distress oxide on there, and I also stamped it so it wouldn't be so plain white. This is cut from a post-it note. The post-it notes have this image on there, so I cut it out. And because the paper the paper is really thin, so I was trying to make it sturdier, and I could not find my what is that stuff called, my matte medium to rub on there, because matte medium normally kind of gives the paper some substance, but I used some type of shimmer paste. It made it a little bit sturdier, but not like I wanted it to be. This green heart right here came out of my stash. This was on another piece of paper that was waiting to be used. I just cut it out of the piece of paper and discarded the rest of the paper. This was a piece that was in my scrap bin. This I actually pulled out and just cut these fabric flowers and put them on here. There's a heart back there that was in my stash. The doily in the back I pulled out of the drawer. And the little girl, she's from a book. I get books and I cut the images out to use in my journals, but I wanted her on here. I think she's so cute. And she's a little chocolate girl, so she's extra cute. But this was my first tag. This one I completed today. So I had all of this, the bow was cut out already. This I pulled out of my stash, the little heart with the like lace on there. This is from an ephemera pack. This was a piece of paper that was just a scrap piece of paper in my scrap bin. So was the butterfly that was in the scrap bin. I used one of the little pearls that came in the Michael's little jar, the container thing. And the tag I already had, it was pink. I want to say it's Recollections that came in a pack. The only thing I did to the tag was I used some distress oxide on there, and I stamped it because I didn't want it to be just that plain pink. And I put a little bit of whitewash on there, but you can't really tell because it was like a shiny pink at first. So that was my next tag. This one is an envelope that I created from another piece of scrap paper. This bow came from last year or the year before, I can't remember, but it was already cut out. The heart is the same as the bow from that file folder. I use one of my Tim Holtz small talks, the trim from Hobby Lobby, and my tag says, "I've got a good heart, but this mouth," and that is true about me. My mom said the only thing that used to get me in trouble was my mouth, and sometimes it still does. I get it from my daddy. But yeah, this is an envelope that I use from a die. It's that heart. It's shaped like a heart, but when you folded it in an envelope. I created this tag. It was, the Spellbinders sale that they had. I ordered this tag shape and I wanted to try it out, so I went ahead and cut it with, again, scrap paper. The piece right here that sits on top, I wish I would have left it out, but I didn't. I apologize. Is from that same die. This is from the ephemera pack where the bird came from. This is some stickers from Hobby Lobby that have been in my stash, a die cut that was sitting on my desk. I did punch this paper from some cardstock using that Martha Stewart butterfly punch, and it just added just that extra bit of bling to this tag, and I really like this tag. These I've had for a very long time. I've never used them. They're little flowers and they have little tiny beads in the center of them. They're so cute. And this is from AliExpress. I put that in there. I did want it off center. I didn't want anything smack in the middle of the tag, so I think this is my favorite tag. And then I created this one. Well, I started this one. This one, the arrow is from Michael's. If you remember, you used to buy like those metal pieces in the dollar bin. It was more of like an antique bronzy color. I spray painted it a couple days ago in the gold with the gold spray paint. Let it dry, and I knew I wanted to use it on here. This butterfly is from K & Company, and I'm going to say it's probably from 2011. These things are some of the stuff I've had so long, and I'm surprised they still stick, but it stuck fine. This is from the Tim Holtz. I don't know what it's from, but it normally has another piece that goes across the top to make like a, I don't even know what you call it, but yeah, it has a piece that goes across the top here and it makes the same thing. So I put the butterfly on there. The flowers are Recollections, I Am Rose's flowers, and underneath I just used another die cut. I think this is Heidi Swap, but I'm not sure. This is from a journal printable. I just didn't want it to be very modern. I wanted to have like a vintage feel, so that's what I used, and I backed it with a doily right there. So that was my next tag, and this is one of those pom-poms that was sitting on my desk. I just cut it down some, the string, and hung it on here. So that's that tag. This one I finished today, and the concept totally changed. So I knew I wanted to use this and this frame. However, I wasn't going to use my picture in there, but I have a bunch of pictures that I like to journal with, and I was trying to find one that would fit in the frame. So I cut my face out and glued it to the back of the frame and trimmed around it. I used a little bit of the gold thread back there. Again, I used my Nouveau drops that I just got, and I'm enjoying them. Old sticker. These are so old. I don't even think they make these anymore. And a piece of pom-pom trim from my stash, and the tag is another piece of scrap. It's actually paper that I just cut out and then just made it into a tag. So that's the back of it. And then there's this one. This one, again, it uses some stickers from my stash. I don't even know who that sticker is from. It's really old. Another journal printable. This one is some scrap paper in the background with some Nouveau drops on there. Another butterfly punch. This is actually packaging from something. Let me see if I can find it. And I cannot, but it's actually packaging, and I liked that it had like that wood grain effect to it. To me, it just reminded me of this piece, and this reminds me of Hawaii, and I really liked it. So I just used some more trim down here. This is a sticker. This bigger one is a sticker. That's a punch that should have been trash. You know, like when you use the Martha Stewart punch, the pieces that come out when you do like an edge punch, that's what that little heart is. And I put a little butterfly there, and there. That's probably one of my favorite punches. I wish I had a heart punch, but I don't have one. But that's what I used. And I was looking for this. But another little tassel that I had in my stash, I just stuck it on here. This is a journaling card from who I don't know, but this is the back of the paper. You probably know who it is, but I used that. This is another of one of those recollections old stickers right here. Another sticker that I mounted on a piece of scrap paper, some trim that was in my stash, a doily, and that little flower right there from my stash. And the background is actually a piece of scrap paper, and I did put some washi tape on here because the bottom got more plain. The dots were up here, and then it kind of was gradient to there was nothing down here, but it needed a little something at the bottom. So there's that tag. This was my last tag. I think I was just getting tired and I wanted to be done. So this one is my last one. It still reminds me like the beach, going on vacation, just relaxing. So I used a die cut that I already had in my stash. The paper is some paper that I had in my stash. Let me take these out so you can see it. So this was a printable, I want to say from Coco Daisy or somebody that had a journal printable. So I cut that one out. This is the other one that was in there. There's that one. There's this one. And this one was just one that was for my planner. But I put some sequins on the going across where you would stick the things in. One of the rosettes from Hobby Lobby, a sticker from what collection, I honestly cannot tell you. From my stash. This is from my stash also. So this is that tag, and like I said, I wanted to be done. And let me get to this one. This one was already done. I followed a tutorial. I will do my best to link it. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to say the wrong name. But I wanted to make these for Christmas, for my Christmas decor in my craft room. It's super easy, lots of fun, and I will be making more and making different things from this same person. I can't remember her name, but I will definitely link it. But that is my tag flip. And as you can tell, I'm having a problem trying to figure out how it goes. But yeah, that's my tag flip. And thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Tammy, for the inspiration. And I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else creates. And you ladies have a wonderful day. Bye.